Keke Palmer is um let's call her what she is. She's ghetto as hell. She's ghetto as hell. In a negative way. In a negative way. In a negative way. Um People might not see it, but I'm not saying that the Jackson family, Darius Jackson and his brother, I'm not saying that they're completely innocent in their pursuits or their whatever is going on between them and the Keke Palmer's family. I'm not saying that they're completely innocent, but I can tell you this: Keke is a bad guy. She is a. I'm not saying she's the only bad guy in the situation, but she is the bad guy here. She is a. I'll say it like this: she is a bad guy in this situation. She's definitely not innocent, and the truth will eventually come out. Because I don't really think I'm going out on a limb by saying that she is a bad guy. Because like I said, you know, the dudes that are usually covering cases like this, we're going off the facts, we're going off the data, we're going off, evidence, patterns of behavior. You know what I mean? Simple stuff like this. And you can pick up most of these stories out here and you can kind of tell who's the bad guy, who's the good guy. And when you mature, the more you mature, you realize that there's really no good guys in most of these stories. Most of it is two knuckleheads going at it. Or three in this case, right? And this is what I see in this particular case, especially when it comes to the abuse allegations lobbied against each other. It's clearly both of these people were when not because this is Darius's brother, but it's clear to me that this situation is just a mess all around, and Keke Palmer is not innocent. So right here in this headline, you got Sarunas Jackson reportedly files restraining order against Keke Palmer. It's an interesting headline. Sarunas Jackson, the brother of Keke Palmer's ex-boyfriend Darius Dalton Jackson, has reportedly filed a restraining order against the actor. As previously, why did I lose my spot? As previously reported, Darius Dalton Jackson filed a restraining order against Palmer last month. The former couple is currently embroiled in a custody battle and have made abuse claims against each other, according to the documents obtained by The Blast. Now, I've never heard of them. Honestly, I've never heard of The Blast. That sounds like hopefully that's not like something like the National Enquirer. Let's take a look. Let's take a look at what the before I even continue on in this article. Let's actually no, we'll continue. We'll let's check out The Blast. What is The Blast? It's probably another Instagram page. You want it? We got it. We'll come back to it. We'll come back to it. But anyway, let's continue to read. Anyway. According to the documents obtained by The Blast, Sarunas Jackson has filed a temporary restraining order request against Keke Palmer. The former Insecure actor is accusing Palmer of harassment and seeking protection for himself, his parents, and another sibling. Sarunas' request alleges that Palmer harassed him on Thursday, January 11th, when Darius' attorney received an email. Sarunas reportedly wrote, "She has made foul claims that I have sexual abuse claims on me, when I do not. I have never done such a thing. She has gone to the..." Wow. Now that's crazy. Okay, I didn't read this part. Let's wow. Now, to the audience, this is not an uncommon tactic. This is actually a common tactic that women will use any tactic regarding abuse to keep certain entities away from their kid, meaning their father and people related to their father away from their kid. They will use a false sexual abuse claim. That is not an uncommon tactic. It doesn't happen a lot, particularly sexual abuse, but it happens a lot. I'm sorry. What did I just say? It's something that actually happens more. It's more common than you think to use sexual abuse as a tactic, a false sexual abuse tactic to keep certain entities of the father, comrades of the father or the father himself away from the kid. Let's look at because they say they have the full article on theshaderoom.com. Let's take a look. Let's see if we can find it. Real quick. Let's put it on me. And by the way, like I said, this. I didn't read the full article, so let's see if we can find it. Because wow, that's if once I read the rest of this article, this is a live reading. This is a live reading. I don't. A lot of the times I don't really proofread before I go into this because I want to give the audience a raw reaction. Um, but if this is true, Keke, you a straggle for real, for real. Like I already know you are a straggle, but this will be another straggle move that I've seen. I'm talking about common stragglers be using this tactic. You know what I'm saying? Like that's crazy. Oh man, I'm trying to act like they don't know what destination the Wi-Fi acting up on me. Oh, I'm an idiot. I have an Ethernet cable connection, but I use it for my PS5. I use it for my PS5. I use it for my laptop. I don't want to be switching back and forth though, because I got the Ethernet cable in my studio, but I use it for my PS5, so I don't have no problems. If you know what I'm saying, on my online playing. Cancel. I don't want no updates. Let's see if we can find this article real quick. I wish they had the link. Keke Palmer. Okay, we found the article right here. Let's see if we got this. Let me see. She has made foul claims that I have sexual abuse claims on me when I do not. Sarunas reportedly wrote, per the blast, I have never done such a thing. She has gone to the media and has used her celebrity to publicly lie on my family and myself, which has resulted in death threats by the public. Wow. She has harassed and stalked my friends and family social media. Another straggles be doing this. Like ghetto bitches be doing shit like this. Really mentally unstable women do stuff like. And when I say straggle, that's race neutral. That's you know what I mean. That's not just that's not just one demographic of women. Let me see. She has harassed and stalked my friends and family's social media. She reached out to people in relation to me to lie on me and my family. She has caused career damage. She has lied time and time again and has tried to lure people around me into a web of lies. Yes. Now I hope she didn't do this, but this is very believable only because this is the industry. He's part of the industry. And like I said, women like Keke Palmer are not above doing ish like this. According to the blast, Sarunas is requesting a judge to require Palmer to stay at least 150 yards away from him, his family, his place of work, and his home. Furthermore, he is requesting Palmer not to speak publicly or privately about him or his family. Sarunas is also demanding that Palmer pays his court costs and lawyer fees. Darius Dalton Jackson's brother has also filed a second restraining order. Now, Sharon Palmer, yes. I'm sorry. I could be wrong though. I could be wrong about all of this, but I'll say this: Sharon Palmer, like Keke Palmer's mom, she is definitely, that is a hood bitch. That is a straggle mother right there. No, that is no question about it. This is why when we talk about the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree, this is why I'm tending to believe on the side of the Jacksons family. Now, I believe this is a mess all around. I think this whole situation is a mess. I think everybody on both sides are being messy, both lobbing claims at each other, because she did. If you heard the audio of Keke Palmer's mother, like, you know what I'm saying? She literally said she threatened to shoot this ninja. Let me see. She has made threats to my family that involve shooting and grape. I have the audio my brother recorded to prove she has publicly lied on me and my family, so we are now receiving death threats. The filing reads, per the blast, Sarunas is also alleging that Sharon tried to threatened to pull a bullet in his brother's head. She threatened to put a bullet in my brother's head and said to me and my family, we don't know who we are dealing with. She also threatened to have us raped. Yo, yeah, you know what I'm... We talk about... like I said, people don't really care about men getting raped. Because the way that they'll just say certain ish about men, or when we... talk about the Santana situation when he literally threatened male grape on DJ Academics, and women were laughing and actually encouraging this. This is why I say grape culture is a myth, because if there is a grape culture, it resides in male prison, and we make jokes about it. Hell, we have male comedians that have made livings off making fun of. We got one on Instagram right now that has literally he literally rolls up the ranks by making fun of this situation. Guards. Oh, you acting unusual. Guards. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all know exactly who I'm talking about. Anyway, man, but let's not recap. They're talking about let's show the whole recap. This just looks like a whole messy. He said, "Y'all will see." Just said by. I'll say this. That is true. I'll say this. I believe this. I believe this when it comes to this situation. I believe both of these people are messy. We're talking about Darius and Keke, and you know what I'm saying. I believe both parties are very messy. Now, this is where things can go awry here when it comes to the logic and talking about this particular situation with women, because we'll talk about certain things, and then they'll mention certain things that they don't realize. Like, women will talk about certain ish, they don't realize the definitions of it, and then when I bring up the definitions of it in future rulings where women have the power in a certain case, then they will be like, "What do you mean?" So here's an example. I believe both of these people are messy here, but who has more power? Who has the power dynamics in this relationship? Keke. So shouldn't Keke get more of this responsibility? Should we look at Keke? Shouldn't we look at her in a different light, because she does have the power to affect Darius Jackson and Darius, and particularly his brother, his career, since his brother is literally in the industry where he gets movie roles or acting roles, and his income and livelihood can be affected by the word of Keke Palmer. Why isn't his thing believable? Because clearly the power dynamics, because women like to bring this up, power dynamics. Well, who has the power dynamics here? Keke. Now, when I bring this up, women are gonna be like, when have we talked about power dynamics? And you're literally gonna be like, this is why when women bring up certain grape culture, power dynamics, stuff, grooming, right? When you start, because I'll listen, and then I'll be like, oh, but this is another example, but it's really in reverse. And I could just bring up those examples, and then they'll just act like I don't know what I'm talking about, and that they never brought these terms up. So according to women's definition, when we talk about power dynamics, and when we talk about abuse, right? The true definition of abuse and whatnot, I'm looking at Keke Palmer here as the guilty party, as most likely the guilty party in this situation. And if women actually believed in equality, which they don't, but if they did, they would see things my way on this end. But let's look at the comments, because you're gonna see in the comments. I'm pretty sure. Let me see. When we look at the comments, they're gonna act like, nah. They're just gonna be like, nah, this is impossible. This is impossible. Let's look at the comment section here. Oh, man. Let's see this right here. Almost lost it. Almost lost my page here. If I can find it real quick. Here we go. Let's take a look at this comment section. She goes, oh, here we go. This is a friendly reminder to only procreate with a man on your level, mentally, spiritually, blah, blah. Oh, yeah, and financial. We know what you mean financially. We know what you mean. Oh, look at her profile name, Angelica Steminist. Need I say more? He said, this is why having a baby daddy is ghetto. He said, she really got them two sisters pressed. I can't. You see, now, the thing is, men have been calling out women lately for gay shaming, so now they use other words like sassy apocalypse, calling men cis, or when they were calling Kevin Samuels Auntie Samuels or Grandma Samuels. You know what I mean? Like these are other terms to basically call men gay without them getting called out for being homophobic. You know, this is why I wish gay men would actually call girls out for doing that. But, you know, like I said, apparently only men can be homophobic. But I disagree. I believe women are the most homophobic. And it's not, I'm talking about it's not even close. It's not even close. Anyway, he said the fact that Keke didn't have any problems like this before him, they shouldn't be believed. Actually, that is not true. That's a woman that doesn't do her research. She's always been a straggle. People just don't pay attention. People just don't pay attention. He said she had no problems till they came into her life. No. Those are people that don't do their research. Let me see. But what if Keke out here being crazy? This is why I'm saying. This is why I believe that, like, there's no, people talk about, oh, you know, feminists are looking for equality. They're not. Because if it is, you really would actually take this seriously. These are serious claims. And when we look at the power dynamics, right? The power dynamics, Keke has more power in the situation. So shouldn't she be looked at a microscope and be like, okay, what you got going on? Let me see here. That's my thing. These people out here just automatically believing her. She could be very well the bad guy here. People pick and choose who they want to believe. They always go with the majority. I believe these are all bad. I believe everybody's the bad guy here, but more so Keke Palmer, because she actually has the power to derail their lives. And I believe in the case of Darius, I think he's finally realizing that he was just basically used for his genetics. So he's kind of tight about that. He said him and his brother are some itches. Also another tactic. Instead of just calling them, oh, they're gay, instead of just saying that, they're just calling them itches. Oh, let me see. He must needed some attention. I don't know. If he's filing a whole restraining order, you know, ninjas don't really like to go to court. Now, I'll say this. It's interesting. She said he must need some attention. Now, it's interesting if this was reverse. Women do this all the time, filing restraining orders on their powerful husband, their ex-powerful boyfriend. Now, when men said this, oh, she's just doing this to fuck with the dude, we would be called, abuser sympathizers and whatnot. So honestly, that means you must be an abuser sympathizer. And that's another story. See, we are in the era of corny men. His whole family is corny. He's the problem. No Keke slander will be tolerated. Protect your peace. This is the same man as being on his ex. A fat face online. We don't know what goes on behind, so I'm gonna mind my business. I believe both parties are messy here. I believe so. And let's not act like Keke Palmer. This is the thing. This is the thing here. Let's not act like Keke is not above doing any of this stuff. Let's not act like she isn't a straggle, because the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. You heard that audio from her mother. The apple does not fall too far from the tree. You heard that audio. It was like with her mother and Keke speaking. I was like, yep, Darius, you fucked up, bro. You fucked up.